with champagne. Pop. It's my house, come on, turn it up. Hear a knock on the door and the night begins. Cause we've done this before, so you come on in. Make yourself at my home, tell me where you been. Pour yourself something cold, baby, cheers to this. Sometimes you gotta stay in, and you know where I live. Yeah, you know what we is. Sometimes you gotta stay in. Welcome to my house, baby, take control now.
Stop Forsling, drops it off. Kachuk scores! How about that for checking into the series?
Welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. Morning comes and you know that you wanna stay. Let's continue tonight, come on, celebrate. That's how we do. Sometimes you gotta stay in, and you know where I live. Yeah, you know what we is. Sometimes you gotta stay in. Welcome to my house.
He gets it back. It's 1-1, and we're going to Florida with a series tied.
Welcome to my house. Play that music, turn it out. Show me what you do now. We don't have to go wild. What? Welcome to my house. It's my house.
Hello, Canada and hockey fans of the United States and Newfoundland.
This is Hockey Night in Canada on Sportsnet.
You want action? We've got action for you here tonight.
He's got a step. He's in. Scores!
Absolutely amazing. Memorial Day weekend in the USA and a beautiful day in Sunrise, Florida, 33 degrees, relative humidity's at only 48%. So it's really comfortable. Just a grand day for a celebration at their house, which feels a bit like our house. We were there for All-Star a year ago, Stanley Cup playoffs a year ago. Amarant Bank Arena, the venue for Game 3, the Rangers and the Panthers. The Stanley Cup playoffs on Sportsnet, presented by Rogers. Happy birthday, Donna.
Yeah, you know what I don't understand? I tried to, when I called her this morning, I tried to sing happy birthday, and she interrupted me partway through. She doesn't appreciate my voice, Kevin.
You
believe
probably
that?
have a terrible singing voice.
Oh, no, of course I don't.
Well, in your house, I hope it's a very special day, Donna. I'm glad you tuned in. With Jennifer, obviously Kevin Kelly, and Sean McKenzie to you down in Florida.
Yeah, Ron, warm-up just wrapped up behind us here in Florida. No lineup changes for the Panthers. We do know that the Rangers had to make one with Jimmy Vesey out due to injury. Capo Kakko and Blake Wheeler both took warm-up, but it looks like Wheeler will once again be a scratch. Kakko comes into the lineup. So no Wheeler, but he's still a huge part of this team. He took part in warm-up in Game 2, which was a special sight for the Rangers. He took part in warm-up here, and this was the scene back in the second round against the Carolina Hurricanes. Game 3, a huge overtime winner. He's celebrating furiously. A bit of a bittersweet clip because you can see just how badly he wants to be on the ice with his team. But we talked to Peter Laviolette earlier about Wheeler and about guys coming back from injury. He says just when a guy is cleared and can come back from contact, that's fine, but they still have steps that a guy has to take to get up to speed, especially come playoff time. And looking around this building, Ron, there are a lot of Rangers jerseys. There was chance of Igor, chance of Rempe about 30 minutes before the warm-up. The New York Snowbirds using their house a little later into the season this year here in Florida.
Terrific, Sean. You know, John and Janice Goodrow, during Rogers Hometown Hockey in Aurora, they came and celebrated the show with us. Their boy Barkley, of course, the overtime hero. Martha, his sister, was a big part of the Montreal run. We visited with her a fair bit, and I learned the meaning of Aurora. That's the hometown of Barkley Goodrow. It's Latin, of course, and the word means, can you guess, anybody?
Light?
Yeah, that's good. You're right on the right track. It is a beginning of lightness. It's actually dawn or sunrise. Aurora. So with that, we welcome you to Sunrise, Florida.
There you go.
To you and Barkley.
Yeah, so Barkley, he was the shining light for them last game. And I want to revisit that goal a little bit because I don't think we quite appreciate the skill set that happened in that game winner. And he's got two-time Stanley Cup champion on his resume, Barkley Goodrow. That's why he was brought in. The first play here is the knocking the puck out of the air. Florida wasn't sure if that was a high stick, but I want you to watch Trocheck receiving this pass and saucing it all in one motion, receiving this pass and shooting it all in one motion. That's the reason why I think he catches Bobrovsky there by surprise. This is highly skilled, very hard to do. It's called no dust, it's called not stick handling, and it's playing quick, and it's very, very highly skilled. And that's why they needed a hero in that game to win that, because if they went down 2 going into 4, they were in trouble. And Barclay Goodrow was their hero.
And Kevin, he also settled it nicely in the neutral zone before he touched it up to Trocheck. And another thing on that play is just, for them, it was a flip into the neutral zone, right, in terms of how you evade the pressure in the forecheck for the Florida Panthers. And you think about the Panthers and players that have been key for them. And one player who's really continued to emerge as an elite player in the game overall is Forsling. And you look back to Game 2, and he led all skaters in ice time at just under 31.5 minutes. So not only does he have the capacity to play those big minutes, but he's playing really well, and he's shown that he's just a complete player. So there's always an intelligence to the way that he plays, and he can use his speed effectively, very aware of where the coverage is coming, and he always battles in the right way. If you watch every one of these segments, he knows the right positioning, and he's always scanning, right? Complete awareness, so the vision, whether it's a little bit of deception, making the initial breakout pass. He also has that ability to join the play. He leads the team in the postseason in blocked shots. He also is a player who gets a lot of minutes shorthanded, so applying the pressure, making sure he's always in the right lanes. This is 2 blocks that he gets in the one shift. This is example 2, awareness, knowing where the pressure's coming, getting back and preventing shots from getting on the net. So to me, this is just a player you trust. He has earned all kinds of confidence from Maurice, really proving to be one of the best defensemen in the league. And in terms of how he plays, he's part of the D group in Florida that joins that rush to provide some of that neutral zone pressure that's part of their attack right on that initial forecheck.
And Kev, after the second period of Game 2, you talked about both teams trying to get offense from their defensemen, and Rangers actually led the way, 8 chances to 6 for Florida. But I still think the Rangers can get more offense from their defensemen. But I will give Florida a lot of credit. You look at these clips, they're doing a great job in this one, clogging up the neutral zone. Then watch this, Kevin's favorite player, Cousins, tracking down Miller, taking the puck away, and then blocking shots. Florida had 23 block shots in that game. It made it very difficult for the Rangers to get the pucks to the front, and even this block off Adam Fox. So my point is, they've got to join the rush or lead the rush, and that includes Miller, Gustafson in particular, because that's what he needs to do. Fox, and to a lesser degree, Trouba. They have to make sure that they're creating some sort of offense to get chances.
My favorite player right now is Lorenz, because he could possibly take Cousins out of the lineup. Go Lorenz.
It was a great overtime game the other night, but it was an overtime game. And now we're 2,000 kilometers down the seaboard. We're playing inside 40 hours from that game. Yes. What do you think about that?
Okay, I think it's going to affect all players in some certain way, some more than others. I was surprised, as you mentioned, the distance. I Googled it today. It's a 3-hour flight. So that's definitely, and they didn't practice yesterday. So I think what's really critical for an afternoon game, which players either love or hate, warm up. They have to make sure that they're ready and warm up and get their legs going. What do you guys think? Will they be affected?
To me, I think it's more the factor if you like afternoon games. Yeah, whether you're starting 4 or 5 hours earlier, it's just a different structure for your day in terms of your routine if you like a pregame nap. But for me, I was a player, I loved afternoon games. So you get up, you loosen up, you get to the rink, it's time to play. So I think to me, that's the biggest factor if players like the early games.
If I had to break it down from my teammates, I feel like it would be 80-20. Like 80% would like the afternoon games to just get up, go to the rink and play. The only thing that I worry about, Kel, is the goalie. The goalie not getting his reps, not getting that extra practice day, and not getting a morning skate when they go on the ice and they go through their sets with their goalie coach and they get their 8-10 minutes of. That's what I worry about.
Absolutely, for sure. As you said, Ron, almost 40 hours. That's a long time to go without seeing a puck.
Shesterkin 51 saves on 53, Bobrovsky 52 on 54. So they are dead even.
Yes.
It's just been incredible goaltending in this series. So, Vincent Trocheck, multiple-point game the other night. That's 7 in the playoffs. The record is Brian Leetch for the New York Rangers with 9. Here's Vincent now and Sean McKenzie.
Well, Vinny, I want to go back to Friday night. Barclay Goodrow scores a huge goal, and you had a pretty good celebration that's now gone viral. Where does that rank as far as your favorite assist celebration, I guess?
Yeah, it's up there. I mean, that was an emotional game, and sometimes the excitement, you can't control it a little bit.
This group has had some pretty big moments, overtime wins, big comebacks. Why do you think this group seems to handle that big pressure, big stage moments so well?
I think there's just a lot of resilience in our locker room. I think that's something that we've been pretty good at all year, is making sure that we're staying even keel even when we're down a goal or two. And tight games, I think we thrive in the pressure. And obviously, we don't want to put ourselves in spots where we have to come back, but I think we have the confidence to do so.
Vinny, thanks a lot for the time.
Yep, thank you.
Honestly, his 100-meter dash, Panarin with the field goals, those Celtics are crazy. Team winning and going up 2-1 in a best-of-7 series historically wins 69% of the time. So you know the moral. Carpe diem. We're back. Lovely day for a matinee as we get set for Game 3. Kelly, your thoughts?
Okay, Ryan Lomberg, I bragged about him in Game 2. I thought he was tremendous. Although he had limited ice time, he only played 10:29, but he led all skaters with 5 shots, which tells me he really contributed a lot for a guy that's in a fourth-line role.
Well, sorry to interrupt, Jen, but he actually, Kevin, you were saying there was Rempe just rolled through the shot, and he's a good antidote.
There he is.
He neutralized the Rempe factor a lot, yes.
Yep.
To me, another Panther to look out for, I think, is Barkov. A little quieter on the point production on the last 4 games, but I also feel like he had some huge shifts where he was very noticeable, use his size and his strength. And for them, I mean, they want to keep the Rangers down, get their fans into it. You got your first home game here in this series, and the Panthers are 3-0 in this postseason after losing a game.
If somebody from the Rangers doesn't beat a forechecker or make a nice tape-to-tape pass, they're going to be defending in their zone the whole time with the Panther forecheck. I'm looking at you, Adam Fox. Power plays 0 for 6 in the series. Adam Fox is the one who has to distribute the puck tonight.
Cooley's got 11 hits, and that's just in the tunnel. All right, it'll be John Bartlett, Gary Galley. You'll hear from Sean shortly. Enjoy.
It's Memorial Day weekend. Is it a perfect day to sit on the beach? Maybe. Is it a perfect day to sit inside and watch playoff hockey? Absolutely, because this series is just starting to heat up. Game 1 in Manhattan, it was warm, but on the ice, the two teams were just feeling each other out. Game 2, the temperature rose, and so did the temper. Some nastiness in that one. And so if the trend continues, today should be outstanding because there is a heat warning here in South Florida. If there's one guy that knows a little something about the Florida Sun, it's former Florida Panther Vincent Trocheck. He's been an unlikely hero for the Rangers all playoff long. He assisted on the overtime winner in Game 2 and turned in what might be the celebration of the playoffs. Now, Rangers fans, if that celebration looks familiar, well, you're right. Another unlikely hero danced on ice just like that. 94, Mateau. Yes, the similarities to 94 continue. Puck drop coming up. Enjoy the game, everyone.
Please turn your attention to the ice and welcome today's hero among us, 100-year-old World War II veteran, Corporal Harold Terrens, United States Army Air Corps. Thank you for your service and dedication to our country. Please rise and remove your caps as the City of Sunrise Honor Guard presents our nation's colors. Here to perform the Star-Spangled Banner, please welcome Hannah Walpole.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
After a split to start the series in New York, it's an afternoon affair in Sunrise for Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Final. The Rangers and Panthers, two teams that are so close they have a lot of comparables, much like apples and oranges. It was a gallant performance by the Big Apple squad in the Empire State in Game 2 as Barclay Goodrow was the overtime hero in Game 2, scoring the first Rangers overtime goal in the conference final since Marty St. Louis scored in Game 4 against Montreal in 2014. A cold and delicious moment at the Garden. For the Panthers, they'll take the split in New York after the naval invasion of Fleet Week. And after drawing first blood in the series, the return home to Florida is aching to a boost of vitamins like C for their captain Alexander Barkov, who has been held pointless in 4 games, and D from Gustav Forsling, who played over 31 minutes in Game 2. A sun-kissed with envy kind of feeling on this afternoon affair on Memorial Day weekend. Let's see who will reap the fruits of their labor in Game 3. Savannah, Chad, and Lundell for the face-off, and we're underway as Forsling's got the puck.